Like I feel like I'm not gonna lie, being Haitian come with some trauma. You feel
Yeah,
me?
word.
Like I ain't gonna lie, like I feel like being Haitian is almost like a thing where everybody goes through that point in time where you gotta fight for your freedom.
Oh, nah, for sure, bro.
Welcome to episode 1 of Soul2Sole, where real conversations meet real culture. This is a space for us to talk about life, legacy, and passion. I'm Paul, the owner of Archer and Oak, and I'm here with my boy Draco.
What up, boy?
What's good, bro?
What's up, guys? It's Draco the Barber. Haitian born, Queens raised for a little bit. Came in when I was 8 years old. Been in the barber thing for a little bit. Tapped in with my boy Paul today, talking to deep conversations, getting to the nitty gritty, really for real.
Yeah, now you said Haitian.
Born and raised, but then I came through here.
Yeah, so you Haitian that's straight off the boat. You're
You're
not Americanized Haitian like me. Like for me, I'm Haitian American.
Yeah,
for me, he's Haitian. So for me, I can't really speak for you in terms of what you went through, in terms of coming to America or life over there, or life over here, and how it's different. But I know that it's probably completely different because I've never even seen that side. So
yeah, nah, definitely a culture shock. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like transitioning from a whole other like lay of the land and then into like a whole other lay of the land. So, you gotta adjust. But I ain't gonna lie though. I guess the biggest takeaway is just really you get to see both sides of the world. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, that's one thing, like for me, I could personally say like there's certain things that I like. Like I feel like I'm not gonna lie, being Haitian come with some trauma.
Yeah, word.
Like I ain't gonna lie, like there's certain behaviors that I see that is like your parents do like a great job and you want to take a lot of things from them. You know what I'm saying? But there's also certain things that you see that you feel like is not working for your life. You get what I'm saying?
For my life, yeah.
I feel like being Haitian is almost like a thing where everybody goes through that point in time where you gotta fight for your freedom.
Oh, nah, for sure, bro. Because it's kind of like, I feel like that's also come through what you're saying what you touched on. It's kind of like the parenting style. They're so hands-on. They basically want to control you.
Yeah.
So especially like, I know, we've been knowing each other for a while, so I know your parents is like, fake was Americanized a little bit. Yeah, mine was fresh off the boat, so my mom's parenting side might not be the same all the way to what yours was, but they definitely were. They be on some shit like,
you good.
Yeah, wait. So they really be on some shit where they be trying to tweak, bro. It's just really like a dictatorship in there.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, because it's kind of, you got to do what you want, and then you got to just pray that they leave you alone.
And the expectations, like, you feel me? Everything come with it.
Because with me, like, my parents been here for like 45 years now. My parents is old as like 70s, 60s. For me, my parents is old.
Same.
So it's like, for me, like, I see certain things and I'm like, all right, like, I like the way they did things because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people need their ass whooped.
No cap. I believe that till this day, bro.
Yeah.
Like, all this shit, like the soft parenting style, that's why a lot of the YNs be tweaking.
But for me, like, I'm not gonna say full-handedly, like, putting your hands on them.
Nah.
Cool. But some people, I ain't gonna lie, they be needing it. Like, me personally, I feel like just knowing that you have, like, parents that are a little bit more strict. Well, not really. I'm 25 now, so it's, like, about to be 26, so that's not really a factor now. But growing up, like 17, 18, before you go to college and all that type of stuff, it's a little bit different because they want to guard you so much. And even as a guy, like I always say, I'm glad my pops never had a daughter.
Yeah.
Because if he had a daughter, she would have been locked up in a cage. There's nothing
I ain't
going
gonna
on.
Like, you feel me? I have a sister, so definitely they're overprotected of the daughters way more, and they're overprotective in general, so their daughters get that 2 times.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that's a fact.
that's how we get.
And even when it comes to life, like I feel like, especially in relationships, like when you see an American relationship versus when you see not even just Haitians, Caribbeans as a whole, like they do run things a little bit differently. Like certain things, like that's one of the things I feel like I had to unlearn and unsee because I ain't gonna lie, half the shit that be flying with the Haitians, that shit not flying with American women. It's not happening.
And what you mean by that for real?
You said what?
And what examples? What examples?
Like I feel like for me personally, when it comes to like relationships and things, I feel like especially the men, they're more so like closed off, like in a shell to the point where.
No, yeah, continue.
Yeah, well, they're more so closed off into a shell where it's like they don't even. Like, I feel like showing emotion.
Oh yeah,
it's super hardcore.
Yo, that's so crazy, bro. I feel like that's one thing I could say about a lot of Haitians that kind of like that's one sentiment we could share. It's just like they so closed off to emotion, bro.
Yeah,
it's like rigid.
And it's like me watching that, like cool, like how can I put this?
I forgot a story about that too. We could tap into.
Yeah. So it's definitely like it's something that I realized last year that I had to go and then I had to go unlearn because
last year.
I swear to God, last year. I swear to God, last year, bro.
You like what, 25?
Bro, but I'm telling you because it's like
crazy. And fake. I could agree to that because bro. Because the certain stories you would tell me, I'm not about to tell another bro what to do, but I'm like,
it's like certain things can almost like desensitize you.
Yeah,
and then it's like I feel like I need to like I wouldn't want to deal with somebody and then they feel like, oh, do he even like me? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like I really have to look at myself and say, okay, maybe I have to. But you got first before anything, when it comes to trauma and shit, you gotta learn where it's coming from. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna like I have this problem. If you don't figure out what the root of it, what the root of the problem is,
what you gotta repair.
Yeah, there's no way that you're ever gonna be able to fix what your problem is. So I feel like being Haitian being Caribbean in general has its perks.
Yeah,
because you get a lot of discipline and structure. But at the same time, there's certain things that's like I want to unlearn because generational curses, like that's a real thing.
That's a real thing. You pass it on to your kids. Yeah. Your kids. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah. So it's like I don't want my kids like. Cool, I had to deal with certain things, but I don't want my kids to have to deal with certain things. But that don't necessarily mean like you go fault your parents because you got to understand like your parents is a certain way because of how they was raised.
No cap.
So it's like even if you might have a problem with how like for me, I grew up in a 2-parent household. For me, so it's like and my parents' grew up in a 2-parent household. So it's like I can't necessarily get mad at how they are.
Yeah.
You just gotta come to a point where you understand why they are the way that you are.
And how to navigate around
it. Yeah. Like everything with a Haitian, you gotta take with a grain of salt, bro.
A grain of salt. Cause fake but it's so funny because when I was a lot younger, I didn't understand a lot of these things. So I grew into that wisdom. So it's kinda like and like just how I process emotions. So I used to always be like on 10, you know what I'm trying to say? But I learned like
you said you was a hothead before.
So it's like not on 10 because there's always a certain degree of respect you gotta feel me hold in the crib because you know what I'm trying to say because they're not trying to you feel me you can speak your piece overstep your boundaries or whatever but I'd be on that timing and kind of like as I kind of got older I started picking my battles. I'm like it's not worth it because certain things it's kind of like that's just how they are and it's kind of like you would like for them to change and be like realizing but it's like they're 50, 60. They're not gonna grow out there. They're not gonna grow out their ways, bro. They're not
changing at all.
It's locked in, bro. It's locked in. So it's just like you just gotta back with it. And that's so funny too because I was dating an American girl, and then brought her around the crib, and then she's and then like I get into certain things with my moms and everything. She said, "So why you still deal with it?" I'm like, it's a different approach that I come with it. I don't see it from a fight thing no more. It's just kind of like a coexist.
Yeah,
you feel me? It's just like and I learned to be less reactive.
So in terms of like your preference now, do you prefer to stick to Caribbean and Haitian women, or you don't even mind branching out? Because me, I've been in a situation too. I personally don't have a preference when it comes to like I feel like Caribbean, like everybody has like a different level of understanding. You get what I'm saying? Like I've dated an American, I've dealt with Caribbeans and all that, and I don't necessarily. I feel like the difference is when you step outside of like your race as a whole.
Yeah, like me, like that's where like the big gaps show. Yeah,
like me, I feel like whether it's Caribbean or Black American, like culturally, once you come to America, there's a lot of things that just get ingrained within you as a Caribbean. So it don't be too much different, but there be certain like values that are a little bit different. But it's like I don't really have it. Like I'm not somebody who say, "Oh, I wouldn't deal with American or I wouldn't deal with a Haitian."
Yeah, I really don't mind on the as far as that. Like per se, and it's a lot of things like you can't just really pinpoint it on a certain culture because you can meet an American girl that kind of really share the same values as you.
That's a fact. Yeah,
you feel me? And it's kind of just like depends on the person, how they grew up, what their internal values are. It's a lot of different things that go into it for real.
Yeah,
but it's like it ain't really nothing for real. As far I'm not strict on that.
Yeah,
I'm not strict on that. You feel me? As long as we align mindset wise, it ain't whatever. And as long as you could cook some Haitian food, learn a little peak, clean a little, make a little, you feel me? Because I'm fresh on the boat, baby. I know how to make me a good piece, you feel me? I make my own with the pilo, boy. I be going there.
Yo, but so all right, so because you straight off the boat though, do you feel like when you first came here that you had to like hide your culture at all, or did you not embrace it?
I would say one thing though, bro. I had what other identity was I gonna? I couldn't hide the fact that because I didn't know English, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I could not hide my culture. I had a strong accent at first. I was Haitian, like, and so, like, I'm fresh off. So, and you know how we are very proud people. So, nobody was going to be able to tell me I was a Haitian, like, and there was no way I could hide it either.
Yeah, because I know as kids, like, I know Africans got it. Haitians got it. Black people in general got it from other races. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so within like, our shit, it was the Africans, the Haitians. They used to tell me, bro, mud cookie eater. I used to hear something.
Yo,
I'm like, yo, bro, where do you guys even come up with these things, bro? I actually had a 2-story crib back home, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
You can't even say nothing. Like, if you know how I was living over there, nigga, you couldn't even.
I'm like, what are you even talking about? Like, yeah, the economy is not the best, but I mean, there are certain parts that get treacherous. It's like over here, there's certain parts that get treacherous. There's a class system in every spot you go to, but it ain't everywhere you go in Haiti. That's the slums. It's like
no, that's a fact.
That's a
like
fact.
Right now, Haiti is kind of in the trenches right now, just because since
politically,
the president assassinated.
all of that.
Me as a Haitian, I've never been to Haiti before.
Yeah, word.
And I was supposed to go in 2021 until they clipped, bro. And
Damn.
they clipped the president.
I hate that for us, bro.
Because we can't even go. My cousin's been back, but they go to the touristy side, so it's like. That's where I was gonna go too, but my mom's was like, "Nah, don't even bother."
She's not even playing with that.
Just wait until the whole thing died down. For me,
I want to touch on that too because you know it's so funny. That's so funny you put that up because my father over there, like my birth father, whatever. So it's to the point I went in 2018. I've been back 4 times.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him trying to. I heard it's down south that's really bad, but up north it's cool. So I was gonna go to the touristy side just because it's like. You feel me? Other cultures, you could go back to your spot. You could go back to home base and just really like vacation, bro. I go to every other country, but I can't go to mine. You feel me? It's with a crazy, like it's a little crazy. So I think, you feel me? I am trying to go back too in like the next year or so type shit. So I might go to the touristy side, just to do it, bro. I miss back home, and it's like I feel like I'm losing my Creole. Like I want to be back around you feel me? The home. You feel me? So I got to do that for sure.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like seeing though is I don't like when they try to pin against each other, like Caribbeans versus Americans. Like I be seeing on Facebook, they be trying to say like, oh, if like Caribbeans come at Americans saying that Americans is this way, Americans saying take your ass back home.
Yo, yeah.
Feel me? Like go back. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, we all come from the same place. Like
some roots,
my pops be saying this all the time. He's like, yo, everybody, we all come from Africa. So whether you black, you this, you that, you Haitian, you Jamaican, you American. It's quiet, bro. It's all the same thing.
At the end of the day, we gonna suffer the same level of racism, everything that comes with being black. Every pros and cons that come with this shit, we gonna experience it the same way. So ain't no need to be pitting up against each other.
And I feel like now, as we got older, though, people are starting to embrace the other each other's culture. Like I'm not gonna lie, me as a Haitian, I want to go to an African wedding. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie. They look like they be getting down in that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo. One thing about my Africans, bro, they always do that shit in elegance. Pull up
they
over
know how
there.
to party.
They were like, they got the money, yo. I'm like, yo, tuck y'all. Yeah, I fuck with the African weddings, bro.
African culture, I rock with African culture heavy. But me personally, I'm somebody who, and this kind of ties into like the barbershop culture, but something that's super important to me is music. And me, something I gotta say, like I'm super on my, like people be talking to me and then like the Haitian accent just come out.
Slip.
Because, and it slipped, and it's crazy because I'm American born, but I was forced to learn Creole because my most people have like a grandmother or a babysitter that's like that's what it was for me. Grandmother and babysitter, I was in the crib while my parents was at work.
It's usually the elders that forces you to
learn. You have to learn Creole.
You have to.
Or else you can't even communicate with them. But one thing about me is, in terms of Haitian music, like I know a lot of the songs just hearing it growing up, but I'm not somebody who necessarily has like a whole lot of them on my playlist. Yeah. But when it comes to the American cultures, man, I listen to so much like
variety of music.
In terms of American though, so like I'm big on hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
But all like I ain't gonna lie, like the new wave of music, like it's gotta make sense for me to want to listen to it. Like I'm not listening to like everybody had their little drill moments, like
for sure. Being from New York, especially too.
Being from New York, you got the drill, you got but I'm not doing the Bronx drill in 2025.
Yeah, like, the Bronx drill. Oh my God, that's the worst era of New York drill, bro. Yeah, like terrible.
And it's like I rock with the drill that's like Pop, the Chef, the Sleepies. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. This new little Cash
Cobain, the sexy drill.
Niggas, the sexy drill.
Like that shit is cool.
Real vibey.
But outside of that, like music is something that's super important to me. I listen to like a lot of like 90s music. Like the majority of my playlist is 90s music, and then the new school hip hop is the new school hip hop. My favorite artist is J. Cole. So I listening to stuff like in the morning. I'm not throwing on no drill. Respectfully, I'm not throwing on drill. Waking up in the morning, like I need something that's either gonna it's gotta be either flow. It's gotta be R&B. It's gotta be some positive, uplifting vibes to start the morning.
Unless I'm super tired.
Then it's like I might need a little bit of energy.
Pick me up. That's me though. Unless I'm super tired, but I agree with you though.
Yeah, so it's like that's something where I took from like American culture. Like I remember my first time listening to a rap song, I was 6 years old, and it's because long story short, my mom's got an iPod. Had won an iPod from her job, right?
Yeah.
And she knew a DJ who was gonna DJ at my first communion. He put but he's a DJ, so he knows all types of music. He put Haitian music, American music, all types of music. My first rap song I heard was "In the Club" by 50, and that just goes to show how much I rock with 50.
50 really is him, bro.
50 is goated. 50 is super goated. I went to his tour 2 years ago, bro. If I had to go alone, I would have went alone. Just like a couple months ago, I went to J. Cole's concert alone.
Yeah.
I would have went to 50's concert alone.
How was that experience?
What, J. Cole going alone?
Nah, the 50 shit.
50 I didn't go alone for 50 concert. 50 concert was wavy. It was fine.
Wavy?
It was top 2 concerts. Same thing with top 3 concerts. I went to my top 3 is Summer Jam. Now it's ass because they took it out of MetLife Stadium. But 50's concert, Summer Jam when it was at MetLife, and then also J. Cole's. J. Cole was a weird experience until the show started because I've never been to a concert or an event by myself.
You was on the floor or you was on the
So I was not on the floor, but I was the closest thing to the floor. So it wasn't I was in the nosebleeds. And I paid $900 for them tickets to go by myself.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's also like not even just that. Also, the experience is a little bit different depending where you at.
Yeah,
because I feel like when you on the floor,
everybody's kind of
like it's a yo, bro. I've seen girls have seizures because they're too short and everybody's towering over. No, bro, I've been to some raves, not raves, but it's like let's say like I remember one of the first joints I went to. This was way back when like 6ix9ine was first blowing up and shit like that. That's just put the time on it. And I went to it was like a Rap Caviar.
Yeah.
I just remember that experience was hectic because people made that circle in the middle. Mind you, imagine a sold out show and then you go and try to squeeze everybody to the side so you can make a circle in the middle of the floor. It's a crazy experience, bro. Yeah, that's why I asked. But yes.
So I mean, it was an experience I would do again. I'd do it if I have to, but I feel like concerts is something that's like real cool to experience with somebody. Whether you go with a gang or you go with a girl, whatever the case may be. It's like music is more than just like, listening to it. I'm not listening to it just for entertainment. Like I like to listen to a lot of shit to
make you feel away.
Like, and that's how I got into like I haven't touched the turntables in like months.
I see you were trying to my little DJ shit.
And listen, see how I'm about
that
to
was on brand for you. I peeped out like that's on brand for Paul.
But I rock with music so much that it's tying into it now because I want to DJ for like right now. I'm about to have my boy Key do DJing for the Archer and Oak events that I was telling you about.
Yeah,
we about to start doing events. He gonna DJ for it. But eventually, once I learn how to do it for real, I want to be able to DJ my own events sometimes, like just for the fun of it. Yeah, DJing it is like a whole entire like if you ever been to a party with a DJ that's not just throwing the drill around at a nightclub. Like I like the day party vibes, and that's the events that really I'm gonna throw. The real vibey where it's like just good energy.
I don't need the YS in my joint because it brings two different audiences. It's
way two different audiences.
Wait till you feel me.
Like we grown now, so it's like I want good music, good vibes, good food, good energy, no fighting.
You feel me?
All that type of stuff.
Heavy on that part.
That's what really made me want to even touch the turntables, and I'm gonna get back into it, obviously. But running the whole business.
I'm already knowing because I'm struggling to do content right now, so I can imagine doing what you're doing. You're probably like this, juggling mad stuff.
Be frying me.
Yeah, bro. I'm already knowing.
It's difficult, but So that's kind of where I stand in terms of like the whole American versus thing. Like we both take shit from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we take from Caribbeans take from us. Whatever the case may be. But like being Caribbean though, there's one advantage that kind of helped like my whole career pop off, and just being Haitian, like I started cutting hair because my pops used to give me the baldy. I tell this story all the time.
Yeah, I'm already knowing.
Like, no shape up, no T.I.'s back of the neck with the blade. Feel me?
What gave you? Nah, did you bump up?
Not surprisingly, maybe like a tiny anything that you would get under here for me. Like I didn't even bump up. Like I would never have a razor to the back of my neck as an adult though, because I'm sure I would probably end up bumping up crazy. It's been like 15 years since I had a blade to the back of my neck. But yeah, bro. So my pops, no shape up, no nothing, just zero. T.I.s in the back of the neck. T.I.s is basically like it's the razor. How you gonna put a line in the back of my neck and not on the front? Like not give me no hairline and give me the baldy. But because I got tired of it in the 6th grade, that's when I started chopping my own hair. I didn't start off with no crazy tapers, fades, none of that.
Just taking it down
taking it down and then lining myself up. Of course, I got fried. Like I got
it's a part of the process, bro.
Yeah, like I got cooked in school. It was cutting my ass, talking about you fucked up your hairline, you messed up your hairline, this, that, and the third. But then now it's like, fast forward, I went to college, not using my degree because the barber thing took off right when I wanted it to, like right before I was supposed to graduate with my master's. I'm like, yo, I really don't want to go work a job. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be my own boss. And before I even got into college, I'm looking at it from a perspective where it's like, I'm going to college and I like what I'm studying, but at the end of the day, I know I don't want to do this forever.
Yeah, for like long term.
Yeah, so it popped off right when it was supposed to, because if it popped off like 2 months before, I was supposed to go and start looking for a job.
Yeah.
But it popped off right before, because if I graduated in barber and pop off, who knows? I would have probably had to go into my career field.
Yeah.
And I also didn't have no internships, so it would have been hard for me to find a job. But see, being Haitian, like, part of the struggle, everybody complains about that, getting the baldy, but it actually made me get into the career that I'm in right now, for me. Like,
No, so it was like a full circle moment.
yeah.
Yeah. Because you were able to actually cultivate something real tough.
Yeah.
I remember I was there when your shit popped off.
Yeah.
And it was in that timeline you said. But I remember you dead ass earned that too, because you was posted every day. Every day. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give you your flowers on that too, because you fake. Because I probably was in the shop a year before I met you.
Yeah.
And
we used to
I was still taking pictures of my cuts and putting them on Instagram. And then I seen how you was moving with the reels. I'm like, oh, all right, that's the source. Yeah. And even still, it took me a while to really get on it and figure out my style and the consistency. Yeah. So I applaud you for that, because you feel me? It really helped. It definitely really helped launch the brand, and that's the power of social media for real.
Yeah, because a lot of people, like, when it comes to like content and stuff like that, it's like you got, it's like they call it world building. So it's like if you're doing pictures, it's really difficult for you to grow. Like, cool people are gonna see your work, but they want to know you behind. Like, everything now with social media is like, even me running Archer and Dope, like, they want to see the behind the scenes of me running the brand. They want to feel connected to what's going on in the brand. They don't just want to see the product. Like, listen, the money will come. I'm my first year in business. Like, cool. I want to be able to stay afloat financially, but I'm not looking to go crazy profit, because that's gonna come with the events. That's gonna come with people understanding like the whole purpose behind the brand. Like, it's rooted in culture, all this other stuff. Like, I'm not really fiending for the bread just yet. As long as my business can stay afloat and I can continue to do what I'm supposed to do, all the success and all the things is going to come. Like, my first line of success is having people,
a reputable brand.
Yeah, a reputable brand that's aligned with the movement, and have people who resonate with the brand. Then we can worry about scaling it. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
But the money got to go where the money's got to go. And it's like, right now it's just investing back into yourself.
And they be saying too, like, the faster it comes, the quicker it goes.
That's a fact.
So that, you feel me, the slow wins the race. So it's just like, because you're really taking your time and you're, hand making your craft. So it's the best way. It's like, your time will come. You just got to stay down with the process. Yeah. I'm heavy on that.
And that's what I also be telling people too, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll rush the process. Like, you got to take time with pretty much anything that you're doing. Like, you got to take time with it, because if you don't, you might end up getting that viral video. Like, picture this. Picture you have 3 posts on Instagram. You get your 3rd video is viral. Now it get 5 million views, but you end up not capitalizing off of it because you have nothing, no work to show for it prior. Yeah. You get 5 million views on a video and you have 2 posts. Nobody's gonna follow you for it. Yeah. But if you did the work and people see what's actually on your profile, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They go, like, every time somebody go viral, before they follow you, they're gonna go look at your, like, what else have they done that's gonna align with
like what I want to see on my feed.
What I want to see on my feed. So it's like, everybody who want to just go for a viral moment, it's not what you think it is.
No cap though.
And it dries up eventually.
And it doesn't always translate into followers.
It don't translate into followers. It don't translate into sales.
Yeah, it just depends how you did it. Cause, like, I got some shit right now going on viral on TikTok, but I do have some work, to show for it. But I feel like I have not yet really fine-tuned it to the point where I'm an automatic follower of the rip. Yeah. You feel me? Like right now, I'm just happy that I'm able to show my face. Mm-hmm. Niggas, I'm able to show my face and people are able to see me and the brand, and, like, now, like, okay, cool. I see them, it's familiarity. So then now another post is just more engaging for them, but I'm still putting the same damn work. Yeah. So it's like, I understand completely what you're saying, because it's a story behind the brand. Like, cultivating your own personal business brand, there's got to be like a story and alignment. Mm. People like a good story, so you just got to show them.
Love a good story. Like 2025, if I got to tell anybody to do something, if you're going with content, story tell, show your process. Don't be scared to show your failures.
And that's me too, because I'm a perfectionist. Yeah.
I had to get out of that.
Get out of that mindset, yo, bro. You got to be able to look stupid on the internet if you want to be able to create a brand.
Because everybody who sees something that's super polished, it seems like you're so perfect and you're disconnected. Yeah. Like, sometimes you might throw a video on with your do-rag and your slides, feel me? Yeah. Like, people want to see the authentic side of you. They don't want
Yeah.
to just see like, oh, you seem so perfect that you're disconnected from everybody else. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like anything in life is kind of like you need to be authentic, and because that's how people resonate with you at the end of the day.
No cap. And it comes with like certain things I'm doing now is kind of like incorporating more of my voice into my videos, more of like family orientedness. I'm about to go crazy because I get it now. It's really a certain formula that you got to follow.
Like with barbering, was that like your first passion? Because for me personally, like my first passion was up until the point my junior year in high school, I thought I was going to the NBA. Like any other black kid, I was told I was going to the league. For me, so it's like barbering wasn't my first passion, but I noticed that everything that I did in life, like whether it came, like I honestly feel like the whole reason why I'm able to get to where I am is because, like even before I was successful, I was also somebody who used to give a lot. Like I used to find money on the floor.
Yeah.
Just because even when I didn't really have much, I know there's people who had less than me.
Yeah.
If I see a homeless person, I'll give them like
$1.
I always give bread, and I always give back to the point where I feel like this was just like the blessing in return, right?
Yeah.
And everything that I did, like before I went into college, like I wanted to do physical therapy. Before I took the barber thing took off, I was doing fitness content, which was helping people, you know, like doing training and stuff like to help people get their goals. Now it's like as a barber, you're an image consultant, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like everything. My passion isn't just one thing, but it's like helping people. Now it's like I have the products, and it's like helping people feel heard and seen and inspired.
Yeah.
That's like the whole movement behind the brand itself.
Yeah.
So it's like, what exactly do you feel like your passion doesn't have to be one thing? It could be, what are you trying to do?
Basically, for me right now, I feel like barbering is just like a vehicle, kind of like all the other avenues I kind of want to dive into. It's just a way for me to get myself out there and put my face out there. But ultimately, I just really want to build a brand that's cultivated around culture, that's cultivated around bringing others up and uplifting other people.
Yeah.
And not only putting them in positions financially, but also like, you know, spiritually and mentally. You know what I'm trying to say? I like to speak life into people.
Yeah.
Because I believe kind of like, you know, I'm a charismatic person, I would say, but so I like to relate with people, talk to people, like, you know, get that deep rooted connection. So I would basically
move this in, because it's probably blocking the camera. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Nah, this one, yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm just kind of like, I'm on the same path because I don't know if you remember, like a few years back, I tried to do the free cut for kids. I'm trying to do stuff like that. You know, I'm trying to say right now. My brothers and my sisters, we got a brand, the LC Breadwinners, and ultimately that's when, remember, I don't know, a few years back when I was trying to do a basketball tournament.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
the summer,
the summer, like it's like certain these type of things I'm just trying to do. This barbering is just a talent that I have that allows me to kind of like showcase myself to where I could dive into other things. But I would just kind of say like I like my passions, helping others in a way as you kind of like perfecting myself in a way, to where I'm able to be a positive figure in my community. Yeah, kind of like I guess I would want to take in the future a more public figure role. Yeah, positive public figure role. Yeah, and yeah,
because I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, like even though all this stuff, like passion is always thought of as something that's like super positive. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like it can also be stressful because it's like, if something's your passion, that means you're passionate about it and you want it to succeed. You want everything to go right. Yeah. But there's so many things that go into it where it's like, all the stuff that I'm doing right now, I don't even feel like it's for me. Yeah. Because I always look at, okay, like the way people measure success. Like everybody always does it monetarily, right? But it's like, when I be thinking about my future self and then my kids and being able to like provide and do all that stuff for a family that I want to have. But at the same time, it's like, passion is something that you're supposed to be able to enjoy. And I feel like there's a lot of pressure right now based on feeling like you have to succeed or feeling like you're too far behind in life at a certain age. Like, especially
with the social media comparison trend.
Yeah. Everybody want to compare. Like me at 25, I'll be having people come up to me and say like, yo, you're so young, like you're doing good. But then I look back and I see people that's 18. Like there's this one 16-year-old barber that he came up to me at the gym and said that he seen my content. Yeah. But him, it's like, I'm looking at his cuts, I'm like, nigga, you is damn. I just I'm like, yo, you tough, bro.
You tough,
like, like, and he wanna get into the content and all that, and he's 16. So I'm like, imagine I started back then, but it's like,
that's and I always do that to myself because I started my journey at 23. Yeah. So it's just like,
me too. I started 22.
Nah, but
officially in the shop.
But you've had exposure to a clipper. The first time I touched a clipper was 23.
Oh, word?
Yeah, the first time I ever touched a clipper in my life was at 23. Yeah. So for me, I've always felt behind in this whole process. And I've learned to kind of like not be very hard on myself and rush it. And that's why now it's coming together way better because I'm not putting no pressure on it.
Yeah.
I'm just creating and dropping and just
That's a
letting
fact.
go of all emotional ties to it.
That's-
I'm just trying to perfect my craft.
Because that's when like the real results come though.
Yeah.
When you detach yourself from
The results.
certain outcomes.
Yeah.
Because it's like when it's meant for it to pop, it's gonna pop.
It's gonna
You know what
pop.
I'm saying?
You feel me?
And then it's gonna take you the way you need to be. Like there's gonna be that one piece of content that just shoot, but when it shoot, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do.
You feel me?
You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people will want instant gratification, but you'll fumble like whatever you want in life, you'll fumble it if
you're not ready for it.
ready for it. Yeah.
That's a guy. You feel me?
Cause me, I wish I sold out all my products already. For me,
Yeah.
but it's like that's not the
It
way.
ain't your time. It ain't your time yet, bro.
People didn't feel connected enough yet. People didn't see me enough yet because if my brand blew up overnight, then I probably wouldn't have. I don't have the systems in place to even
handle that type of workload. The demand would have been. It would have fried you.
Yeah, it would have.
And now you would have looked incompetent.
Yeah, because they would have been like, "Where's my package?"
Now you would have been branded as one of them scammers on IG. You would have been cooked. GG.
I would have been fried.
Would have been fried.
It's like, damn. It's like one thing I can always tell people is to just be patient and wait your time.
Wait your turn.
Because
Little baby said it. Wait, my turn.
Yeah.
My turn. You gotta wait your turn.
You gotta wait your turn. Because there's been so many people who, like, if you look at some of the most successful people, billionaires, like Jeff Bezos, I don't remember when he started, but he started in like, he was like in his 40s, I think, when he ended up creating Amazon, and it wasn't even what Amazon is today.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different success stories that started off like later in life.
Yeah, Amazon was to distribute books.
Yeah,
in the early beginning.
There were so many different businesses that was like that.
Hey, you know, so full circle, bro. I was supposed to get into YouTube way back then, bro, but I didn't. When YouTube was just a little TV, bro.
Oh shoot! So
because
you would have been up because you probably would have been the only black creator on there.
And it was so much easier. Yo, I'm gonna send you one of my videos. You gonna see it.
Videos.
I'm gonna send it to you.
What's funny is back in the day, I used to do like Call of Duty commentaries on YouTube, and it had like
imagine if we kept going, bro.
And that's like I quit it because of hoops. Like it was right before I was going on to right before I was going to high school. So I was like, I'm not gonna be juggling hoops. Now look at me, I'm trying to juggle 100 different things. But
yeah, bro.
But I was doing Call of Duty commentaries, trying to get right on YouTube. Now it's like my YouTube is actually blown up, but I don't really post on it. It blew up from shorts.
Yeah,
so like I have like I'm about to capitalize on that later on this year. But yeah, that's something that I definitely got to get into. Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like the whole pressure thing, it's kind of like I don't know. I feel like as a whole, like especially in terms of podcasts, I don't really like the podcasts that like to pin men and women against each other. Like I feel like
I hate that.
Like that's why personally, like one thing I do feel like is different though in society is how men and women have to like a lot of the pressure is like there's pressure on both sides, but a lot of the pressure when it comes to success and things like I feel like men feel it more because there's so much like responsibility on our shoulders. You get what I'm saying? Like when we all have responsibilities in life, like women have responsibilities, men have responsibilities, but a lot of it is like seen as if we don't achieve a certain thing by a certain amount of time, then it's kind of like a failure or it's too late. Yeah. But it's like there's so many people who done did what they were supposed to do in the time that they were supposed to do it, and then like whether they popped over 40 or 50, that's when it was supposed to happen.
That's exactly God's timing.
So in terms of like obviously we both in the barbershop space, right? So in terms of being a barber, like how do you feel like you've had like the community impact? Because I'm not gonna lie, like being a barber is actually like being a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I feel like I hear so many problems, and it's kind of hard for me because it's like I hear you come across so many different energies as a barber, and you take it all in. When it comes to the end of the day, it's like I'll be parked up outside my crib for hours,
hours, bro.
Sitting in my car, decompressing.
Word.
And a lot of people they don't understand that because it's like sometimes you need time to unwind because you take on so many energies. You hear people with good news, bad news. So like as a barber, you really hear a lot of different things. Like some people get a cut because they are going to a funeral. Yeah. Sometimes they're coming for graduation. Sometimes it's birthday. Sometimes it's like there's like a big it can go from like a large scope to anything. Like it could really be like bad news, good news.
You don't really ever know what you're gonna get in the shop. Yeah. And somebody in your chair at the end of the day. I feel like for me, a lot of it is, especially like if you're a certain type of barber, there are barbers who are less vocal with their clients. But like you feel me, like if you have some type of like bond with your clients, you feel like a responsibility to respond or console, and it's just like, you know, it falls heavy on the shoulders because at the end of the day, you gotta leave that at the shop, but it's hard because it's like, you feel me?
Yeah.
You got your own stuff going on. It's the worst too when you got to do these things, when you got like major traumas in your life.
Yeah.
Something just happened, maybe God forbid a family death. Is just,
Yeah.
it's a lot of pressure on the barbers. But I feel like that's just, everybody kind of like realize that it's just kind of like navigating it, I feel like is important.
Yeah, because I feel like since like that's something that even in movies that we see like when it comes to like black culture, the barbershop is always looked at as the home.
Like a therapist, yeah.
Whether it's talking about sports, talking about whatever problems you got going on, like I can't say like nobody talks to 100% of their clients and has full blown conversations.
Yeah.
But a good amount of my clients, I do have a lot of like the conversation can range from a lot of different things. There's clients that come in my chair and all we talk about is relationships.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we'll talk about sports. We'll talk about work. We'll talk about, and that's what I feel like the whole barbershop thing with the whole community is like. You could really like some of my closest peoples now.
Yeah, is
people people who I met in the chair.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've met barbers that's kind of like said that's like basically said something along the lines, or they could have said like that's kind of like the worst part of the job.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it depends how you look at it. I personally like. I mean, that's days I ain't trying to go for it, but I personally like that. For me, like you build that community fake. Yeah. People look at you. I'm not gonna lie. One of my biggest victories, bro, was this, that I have this one client, bro. He was like, he came to the shop, he always walked in.
Yeah.
And like his vibe is a little closed off, but he looked in the face like stink.
Yeah.
And then, few interactions with him, he was going to my homie next to me. And then, we were sometimes, because we would have more availability and we would pull up and scoop him up or whatever the case is. But whatever, he ain't always look comfortable. Yeah. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. He ain't always look comfortable. And so it came to a point where he just started kind of like going in my chair. I guess something about me he was jacking. And recently he just kind of like opened up to me. He started talking to me a lot more. He told me, he had something going on with his family, with his brother. And he started, before like shop talk, he was labeled as like the cheapskate. And I charge his cut 45. He gives me 65 on the regular. Yeah. And that's just probably because I took the time to take him out his shell a little bit. Mm. And I didn't really do too much. You feel me? Some clients everybody got, based on your clients, they might have different needs. Some people just want to be heard.
Some people just want to be heard. Some people just want to be quiet the
whole time.
And I'm like, I'm cool with either.
They're cool.
Sometimes I need a little break. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I've been talking so like sometimes there's times I look at my schedule.
Be like, I actually can't talk right now. Yeah, like I gotta go. I gotta cut.
Sometimes I look at my schedule and I can tell if it's gonna be a good or bad day based on my schedule. Like there's 3 different types. There's the schedule that's full of like, damn, I gotta sit here and hold this type of conversation. Then there's, damn, like I got a day full of people that I vibe with, and it's gonna be good energy the whole entire day. Or it also be a good day when it's like a day full of quiet clients where it's like, all right, I get to unwind. I might be able to multitask. I might be able to listen to things that I want to hear, like podcasts, whatever the case may be. Feed my brain while I'm cutting because I'm gonna have the peace of mind of not having to hold conversation. That's when I see I have the most energy outside of work. The days when I don't have to hold the conversations or the conversations aren't taxing on me, like where it's like good vibes.
It's not no trauma dumping.
Yeah.
But now I don't mind.
But it's not a bad thing, the trauma dumping.
Yeah. If it could be looked at as a sign of somebody kind of like just being comfortable, jacking you or whatever the case is. But it's just a lot though, bro. Because some days like you do say like, bro, damn, like I got mad shit going on.
If it's a client that I rock with, I'll hear any side of it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's clients who tell me like the bad news, good news, and it's all good because once they get in the chair, it's always good vibes.
Good vibes.
And then that also go into play with who I take. Like, cause there's some people who ask me for me to stay later, and that's like, bro, I'm not staying later.
Nah, that's definitely...
Tamir be lucky because I'll be staying later for Tamir, but that's because I rock with Tamir. Like it's not like it's like mentally taxing for me to have Tamir as my last client. You get what I'm saying?
A lot of clients, bro, they can have an easy cut, but just the load that they drop on you, bro, you're just like, gang, you're killing me, bro.
Because the cut could be easy.
Yeah, but 15 minutes is so much. 15 minutes of my life.
And that's real. Yo.
Like, damn, it's a lot though, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. But it's like even when it comes down to like dealing with, I'm not gonna lie, the majority of my clients, like I'd say like I have a good mix of clientele. Like I'd say 60 to 65% is probably black.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously I feel like you hear different things depending on the clients that you have.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then clients have their own issues too. Like I feel like do you have a specific type of hair that you feel like you prefer to cut? Like, do you have like a go-to?
Right now, it's coarse hair, bro.
Coarse hair, like you love cutting coarse. And see, like coarse hair is like Joel in the shop. Joel be seeing me cut. He's like, yo, sometimes you finish cuts in 15 minutes because hey, like I grew up understanding my hair.
Yeah,
I know how to like cut my own hair, and I understand how it is cutting coarse hair. But I cut any type of hair. Like if you go down my page, I cut all types of clients. But it's like
you need to though.
Yeah, you need to.
Especially being a black barber too. There's a certain bias that black barber can't cut
other hair
but black hair, and that's why I make sure I be flexing.
Yeah, and it's like so many people will come to me and be like, "Yo, like I came to you because you know how to do a textured fringe." Like they see it on my page. I'm not white.
Yeah,
I don't got no damn fringe, but I know what I'm doing in terms of that. But like especially when it comes to like people of color, like they don't. It goes past knowing how to cut coarse hair because you gotta also know how to take care of it and how to manage it, and that's something that a lot of people don't know how to do. And that's
a part of being a barber.
That's a part of being a barber. You gotta understand, like it's not just I cut your hair.
Yeah, I gotta educate you on how to care for your hair,
how to care for your hair, how to maintain it, and that's also where I feel like that's kind of where the products came in because I had my own problems with hair growth in terms of my beard. Yeah, like, and then
still can't get this to connect, gang.
See,
hey, you know what? Hey, no, he's fake. Nah, don't you dare. Where I gotta look at? Yo, bro, he ain't sent me no care package. Yo, listen, a brother starving. A brother struggling.
He need the Archer and Oak.
I need that Archer and Oak right now.
But it's something that that I felt like a lot of people just don't know how to care for their hair and don't know how to take care inside the shop and outside the shop. A lot of times barbers, it's like, yo, like when I leave the shop, it's like, damn, I don't know how to take care of my hair on my own.
And I hate when I give a guy or a client, not a guy, I cut women as well, but a client, leave them in the chair, they leave my chairs. Like, feel me? Everything is intact. Yeah. Laying where it needs to be laid. And I see them the next day because, you know, the neighborhood I'm at is more like family oriented. So you'll see a client you just cut yesterday pass by the shop. Yeah. So then it's on something like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, yo, bro, why my cut look like that? Yo, bro, did you try to brush or comb your hair? You didn't try to lay down your little baby hairs? Like, bro, come on, gang.
This is why I ask 100 questions. I'd be like, yo, how are you going to style your hair? Before, like during the conversation, I'll ask barbers like, "Yo, are you gonna braid your hair?" Yeah. They ask me for a front taper. I'm like, "Are you about to braid your hair?"
Because you know you're gonna put a different. You gonna cut it shorter if they got the braids. You're gonna leave the bulk.
I'm gonna leave the bulk. I might just take it down a little bit. For me, like it's really a difference, and that's why it's like so important to you as a barber. You gotta understand.
You gotta understand your craft.
You gotta understand your craft. You gotta understand your client's needs. Like, what does my client need? And clients, you also gotta be willing to receive the information and understand that, like, especially with black and coarse hair. You got to know that your hair isn't hard to take care of. You just don't know what to use to take care of your hair.
No, 100%. Not every product is for you.
Not every product is for you. Everybody got different hair porosities. Every product is for you, yeah. Everybody got different hair types. Different products work for different people and different textures. So it's like you understanding how to take care of your hair is like super, super important because a haircut can only do so much for you. Yeah, what are you going to do after that?
Like the haircut, it actually, the maintenance and the cut go hand in hand because you might come in, you know, you have some clients, they come in, the hair dry, you know, the fade is not doing what it's supposed to do.
It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And then I got to rub your whole scalp with alcohol to get it to be a clean canvas.
You feel me? So then now once we're kind of going through like a process, and this is why I kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't, it's your money to do what you do. You stay with one barber if you feel like he's knowledgeable enough to tell you about his craft. I mean, knowledgeable enough to kind of like coach you through because, you know, it's kind of like, sometimes you have to repair somebody back because it's like their hair is crunchy or whatever. So now, you know, I bet, bro, I know I got to tell you to go do this, go do that. So we can get you back to life. You feel me? Yeah. So sometimes it's actually 2-3 cuts and now you're at your desired look.
That's a fact.
You feel me?
Sometimes it's a process.
It's a process.
Because you can't just wake up one day and then your hair is short and then you showing me a picture of a dude with locks. Like,
or like this boy got this good shiny hair. I'm looking at your joint. It's like it's flaky on top, gang. Come on.
Yeah, it's like you showing me something. Like somebody
you don't have the foundations, bro.
Yeah. like some people then have straight hair and then they're coming over here talking about they want waves. Like,
bro, and I hate when they show you a picture of a cut and it's not the same texture as what they have on their head, bro. That would not look like that. And then now they putting all that expectation on you. And then now you like, yo, bro, this is what you're working with, bro.
You better go holler at the salon to go get a perm or something if you want that texture.
Bro, like, come on, let's work. Let's be for real, bro.
Yeah, but I feel like just as a whole, there's a lot of different things that go into like, you know, from just like life and culture and everything. overall from the barber side, from just how everybody grows up. So, you know, it was definitely a good conversation. I appreciate you for coming on.
My boy, this is the first one. Yo, and if you don't get him, yeah, this is episode 1. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna be in the comments if he ain't sent the products yet, man. I don't know.
Hey, listen, I got him with the products, but I need that promo.
Yeah, that's cool too. You see, we have an agreement right here. You hear it first, man.
That's a fact. I need that in the video.
Yo, word. I definitely gotta lock in with your shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm big on, and then I'm gonna do that, and then, you know, my son Bobby shit. I got mad shit. I gotta lock in with this. I was
actually about to holler at Bobby because we gotta do something. Yeah. We in the same lane.
Yeah, the same lane. You feel me? I feel like a lot of this is collaborative work, and this was dope. And you put me on to this studio too. This is why I gotta get my. You know what I mean? This is why it's good to collab for real.
And that's why one thing I was saying, I literally learned this the other day. I'm like, if you're trying to build something on your own, it's never gonna work.
It's never gonna work.
If I'm saying the whole reason of my brand is community and culture and collaboration, how I'm trying to get it off the ground by myself. Can't get it. You got
being selfish.
Like anytime you ever see successful people, the first thing they do when they get on the mic is they thank who helped them get to where they at. And it's like everybody want to be selfish. Everybody want to say I did it on my own, but it's always better to work with other people. And there's like Golden State used to say, even though I hate Golden State, fuck Golden State, it's like strength in numbers. Like
strength in numbers. Yo, hold on. I'm about to double check. Yo, that's so crazy. Boy is old, right? And he gonna say strength in numbers instead of lunar fill out force. This brother is crazy.
You're straight off the boat. I'm not, bro.
And you better clip this and put it on the gram. Don't you dare type this.
I don't even know what that means.
That's strength in numbers.
Say it again.
Union is power, basically.
Say it in Korean.
Lunar fell. I'm probably gonna botch this.
See?
Lunar fell out force.
Now that you say it slow, I understand.
I'm hosting with Bro, but that's facts too. And I was gonna touch on something else right before we got off. And I was gonna say, a lot of it's like trying to get somewhere by yourself is a lot of pride and ego work. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's also could be potential traumas. That's something they gotta let go of. Yeah. Especially like, when you try to do something big, it's gonna be hard to do it by yourself.
Joel told me that in the shop. Joel was talking about how, sometimes you gotta, for you to be a leader and to build a community, you need to be open and be open to receiving like all types of different things, from opinions to letting people more. Like a lot of times, us as Black people, we like to gatekeep our like what we have going on because we be not like we be scared of like oversharing. Yeah. But it's like, just know who you're sharing to, and then be open, because it's like that go back to the trauma I talked about in the beginning of the episode. Like you don't want to like a lot of things you got to unlearn. Yeah, because it's like you gotta unlearn that. Because a lot of times, like your parents will tell you, oh, don't say that, don't say this, don't say that. But then it's like at the same time, sometimes the person you're telling might be good ears. Like I know they tell you don't speak your goals out into the future, into the world. Don't speak all your goals out because like the evil eye, bad intentions and all that. But at the same time, it's like if you feel like God has something for you, there's nothing that's gonna stop it. That's still gonna stop it.
Yeah, you feel me? For real. Nah, real. That's real.
But that's really it. Episode 2, I'm gonna try to get these out pretty frequently, at least 2 a month of the full podcast. So if you feel like you align with Archer and Oak, you align with the brand, the movement, and everything like that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and follow us on Instagram. And I'll catch you on the next episode.
All right, yeah.